back to the Apartment K podcast episode. Who's counting?
I don't even know. Hopefully it's like 19.
Almost in the 20s for sure.
Well, we're back on this hot ass day, so bear with us. It's a heat wave right now.
Unfortunately, it is indeed a heat wave.
But we love that because that means summer is almost here.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Go summer. I'm not.
I'm excited. I feel like summer is like full of like...
What? Hot, sweaty balls?
I was going to say possibilities, but more so fun. I don't know. Summer, because of how we were programmed with school and everything, summer always equates to freedom and hanging out with friends. So even in my adult age, I'm like, it's summer, even though I still have to work and do all that shit.
I was about to say, you don't even get summer off.
Yeah, but we're like going to Tahoe in July and like...
That's like one thing.
I know.
That we're paying for. It's not even like our parents are taking us.
I love Tahoe. I mean, I love Tahoe, but I love summer. Yeah. I will say, I wish, this is every year, but I wish like I worked on my summer body in winter, but it's okay. We're not going to talk about it. We'll be ready for summer 2027 or 6. Yeah, 6.
Sure.
Damn, I said 2027.
Yeah.
I already fucked myself over. But how you been, CD?
I've been chilling, man.
Trying to... Well, I guess we can kind of talk about our fun weekend of last week.
Yeah, so last weekend was Memorial Weekend.
Ooh, shout out to the veterans.
Is that what Memorial is?
Yeah,
I still
you're
don't
memorializing
know. So then what's
veterans.
Veterans Day?
I don't know. You know America
Just
loves
veterans?
their fucking people who
I don't
fight
get
for
it.
their country.
But yeah, we went up to the Ore Hot Springs, which is pretty lit.
In Ukiah, up north.
Cooking in Utah.
Stupid. No, it was really cool. Hot springs are like natural bodies of water. Is that how you would explain it?
Yeah, it's like water that's like trapped under the ground, I guess.
Yeah.
Or something, and then it comes up in a hot spring.
And it has a bunch of minerals and stuff in it. So essentially, how I understood it, it's good for your body, but bad for your, good for your skin, but bad for your hair.
Yeah, there's like all types of stuff in it.
Yeah, like there was like a little chart, like sodium was in it. But okay, let's take you guys back, and we're not sponsored, but it was this really cool experience that his mom, shout out to Poppy, gives it to us. Essentially, it's a resort, but they have day passes as well, and it was cool. But the main part of it that I loved every part of it. But it's a resort, and you're up in the mountains. You're kind of away from the city, and it's just hot springs, and you have a yurt, and you have cabins and shit. But there's no cell service or Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's a retreat, so the whole point is to
Yeah.
like go and like recenter and get away from the hustle and bustle of the big city.
Yeah.
It was cool. I'm not gonna lie, like.
I read
and-
like 3 books.
And she read a shit ton of books. I read, but it was just cool to like not have to be on my phone and like
Exactly.
it makes you realize how compulsive you are with your phone usage.
Yeah.
Because it's like sometimes you just check your phone to check it. Like it's not even like anything's happening, you know. So when there's no Wi-Fi, no cell service, like there's nothing on your phone.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to even look at it.
And it's,
that part was like really like liberating in my opinion.
it is funny you say it's like a compulsion, because I would know that I didn't have the internet, you know, where why we use our phone is mostly for social media, all these apps. I would literally go on my phone just to look at pictures or videos and like shit like that, because it's become, and I was reading this, and I like to go on Reddit and just like read about just how people experience the internet and all of this shit, you know, because to me it's a very collective experience. And it's almost become like a third leg, you know, like it's almost become a part of me. I realize
We're all cyborgs, basically.
yeah, no, dude,
It's just not in us yet.
I was literally about to get at that. It's funny because since I was a freshman in high school, which 13, 14, whatever, that's the first time I got my phone / a smartphone. So I didn't have a phone prior to that, and we went 0 to 100. My auntie had got me like a Samsung, so it was my first smartphone, first phone ever. Since then, I've never not had a phone, and I'm fucking 30.
That's crazy.
That's been like 15, 16 years, dude. So it's like, it's almost like I've had this child with me, you know? It like grew with me. So it was a really nice, like you said, it was a time that even if you wanted to, you couldn't connect with people, talk to people. People couldn't reach you. And I don't know. I want to do it more often. And I also challenge you listeners to at least do it once, like once in like a month or something. I really want to do that.
I mean, we talked about it before, like even this trip, like just leaving your phone at home for like a day. But then the problem is like you use your phone for more than just social media.
Exactly.
So it's like GPS.
Exactly.
Like Googling shit, you know what I mean? That was the one thing, that was the thing that annoyed me about it. Is like I would, because you have nothing to do but think.
Yeah.
So I would just be thinking about shit and I'm like, oh, like I wonder. And then I'll like go to Google it and I'm like, oh yeah, I can't fucking Google it. So like that part was annoying because I do think like I probably use my phone more for that, to like fact check shit or to like look something up that I just like randomly thought about.
And that's interesting you say that, because I didn't think about this like then, but I'm sure not Googling whatever you wanted to Google made you, and if you were to do this more often, it would, I don't know if this is the right word, like critical thinking. I'm sure like that skill gets better if you're like analyzing yourself. Obviously with Google you can compare and be like, was I right? But I kind of like the aspect of like that whole 48 hours I was just like thinking a lot, you know. I really was just like pondering and just thinking about just every little thing. And usually I'll think of something, I'll Google and fall down like a rabbit hole of Reddit, you know, and just collect other people's thoughts. And I really like that it was just purely my own thoughts.
Yeah,
you know?
See, I don't use Reddit, so I don't have that problem.
Well, yeah.
Like I'm not reading people's fucking opinions.
I'm a huge Redditor. Yeah, that's like my third space.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Whereas like you're kind of the opposite. I like reading. I like text. I'll read like journals, whatever, like scientific shit all day. Whereas I think you're the opposite. Like you'll listen, you know, you'll watch podcasts, you'll watch videos, you'll watch seminars and shit all day.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's true.
I don't know what that says about us.
People consume content differently.
You're a visual learner, obviously.
Yeah, but I also just think that like sitting down and reading something is like a waste of time.
What?
Like
what
it takes
mean?
too long. You know what I mean?
You must not be a fast reader.
No, but it's like I can listen to something and do something else. Or I can watch a video of somebody doing it and do it at the same time versus like reading instructions or some shit.
Which is so funny. I'm the opposite.
Who the fuck has time for that?
You have to. I'm like, who has the time to just have like sit there and watch somebody like explain something and all that? Whereas I can just read something.
Nah, bro.
Like,
Just show it to me once and I got it.
Read it once, I got it.
Show it to me once, I got that.
We're
shit.
literally so opposite in that sense. Like, show it to me once, I'll forget it. Read it once, like it will. Whatever folder, like filing cabinet I have in my brain, it files it away. Whereas like, if I watch it, like it just, oh no, it goes to like the fucking junk drawer.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So it's so funny how we communicate. He sends me like a billions of videos and I'm like, is there a transcript?
Nope. Just watch it. It's like a 1 minute video. Like, just watch that shit. But that's why I stopped sending you shit, because I know you're not gonna watch it.
Okay, pulls up my phone. He probably sent me like 10 fucking videos.
I don't. You can look.
Yeah, you did.
I literally stopped. You didn't even notice.
Good.
Because you weren't watching them anyways.
You still send them to me. But no, highly recommend. I feel like people always say this and say they're gonna do this, but honestly, like he said, just leave your phone at home and just.
Or just go to the fucking hot springs and then you won't have a choice. But it was cool though. I think like the interesting thing about OR, it's like it's very like community based, like hippy dippy type of vibe. So everything, we got a yurt. So our yurt was literally just like a room with a bed in it.
Yeah.
So we had like a shared community bathroom, which honestly I thought it would be a lot grosser, but it was
fine. And I did not really run into people, you know what I mean? I thought I'd have to wait for it.
And then there was like a community kitchen,
which I didn't love, I'm not gonna lie.
The kitchen thing was annoying.
Yeah,
because like
I just felt awkward while people were cooking and I just like stand there.
Yeah, around like 8 o'clock everyone's trying to make dinner and shit.
Yeah.
So if you don't, and it's like literally it's not like a big kitchen, it's like 2 stoves, a little table, and then like a bunch of fridges and shit.
Yeah.
But like you maybe like 3 couples could maybe
Yeah.
cook at the same time. But even then,
But
it's
dude, there
like
was hella people. Like the last night, Sunday, there was
Yeah.
hella fucking people.
that shit was annoying. So what we ended up doing was just waiting until like midnight.
Yeah, dude. Both nights, actually.
And then we would go and just like have the whole kitchen to ourselves because everybody's like passed out.
That was fun. Which was the best time, honestly. Because
It really was.
we would like take a nap, wake up, and just do it. We actually did. But then when you think about the social aspect, we didn't really socialize with anyone.
Man, it was like I don't know. Let me not be me. I wasn't there for that. I'll say that.
It was cool. And then the big part of it was it's clothing optional, which
Yeah, which
it
basically means
itself-
everyone's fucking naked.
Dude, I didn't think literally, we had our like bathing suits
Or
on.
bikinis.
Everybody else naked.
Yeah.
And that's cool and all, but I was just like, dang, like I wasn't expecting that. Like
But
all
I-
natural.
I do think because a lot of these hot springs aren't optional, like you have to wear something.
Yeah.
I think the people who choose to come to this specific
they probably pick it
resort,
for that.
they pick
yeah.
it so that they can't be naked. So it's like,
And again, like I felt very childish being like, oh my god, people are naked, but like I'm just not used to that. Whereas I could tell a lot of, not a lot, but there was a good percentage of the people were like European, not Americans, you
Yeah,
know.
it was a
Whereas
lot of
like
Europeans,
they're
for
obviously
sure.
way more comfortable with that shit. But I don't know, it was just funny. I definitely go back. Would you?
yeah, I'd go back.
Yeah.
I would want a cabin though, because the cabins, that's
Yeah.
what I was getting at. The fucking yurt is just a room with a bed, and then you have to share all the other like common spaces. But the fucking cabins have like, well, I saw a kitchen for sure. I would imagine they have a bathroom too, because why wouldn't they? But it's like an actual like living quarter and not just
Yeah.
a fucking room.
I'm sure it has a bathroom because there's no way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like I
Yeah.
would imagine that it probably does, but I don't know. But I do also like the fact that how my mom was saying like she's trying to hit all the
Dude, I
hot
thought that
springs
was
in
dope.
California.
Yeah.
I feel like before I went back to Orr, I would probably go to like a different one.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
There's one on TikTok that I already saw that looks really pretty.
Yeah.
I wanna do that. And like you said, I wanna also hit like resorts that have, what is it, like massage and shit, you know.
Like a spa,
Exactly, like a spa resort.
spa resort type shit.
Just because I don't know, man, I work too fucking much. Like I'm just tired. Like every day I'm like, maybe it's fucking iron or whatever. I'm fucking tired. I hate it.
Yep. Welcome to being an adult.
I don't like it.
It's perpetually fatigued.
For real though, perpetual. Is this it? Perpetual fatigue and you die.
Pretty much.
It also, you know, I also equate it to I'm the best shit in my body, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm not being very active as well, which I need to fucking be. But we're getting there, guys. We're fucking getting there. I always, you be seeing those memes like, how did our parents do it? Like juggle a job, cleaning and kids. I don't know how the fuck they did it.
Well, they didn't have all these distractions.
You think?
There was no social media. I feel like a lot of time
True.
is just wasted on like
Yeah.
Netflix and fucking Instagram and shit.
You know what bums me out when you see like a kid, like a younger kid, and they're just kind of running around, and the parent is just on their phone. They don't really pay. That shit like breaks my heart. I'm like, that
Dude,
sucks, dude.
It's even worse when the kid's on their fucking phone.
Well, kids, it's like they don't know better. The parent, I'm like, watch
Yeah.
your kid. I don't know. Obviously, it's like maybe I just caught them at a time, but I always feel like it looks jarring. You know?
No, for sure.
Yeah.
So the other thing we did up in Ukiah is we went. So the funny thing about this resort, would you call it a resort?
Yeah.
I
Right.
guess.
Yeah.
The funny thing about the
think
hot
so.
springs is it's like 25 minutes away from like the major
Yeah.
town or whatever.
Because it's in the mountains, like literally.
Yeah, it's like tucked up there. But our fucking city asses literally went into town, I think every day.
Yeah, I think you're right.
The first day we got there, we dropped our shit off and immediately went back.
Because we had to actually get shit, though.
Yeah, we had to go
Yeah.
to Walmart to get like towels and stuff.
We're funny. Because your
Then-
mom was like, it's 40 minutes away.
Yeah, my mom was like, "It's 45 minutes on a windy road."
yeah.
It was
We were
not
up
that
on
bad.
road.
I was like, "This is nothing."
It's hella funny.
Then Sunday we went back again, and then we saw Final
We had
Destination.
brunch.
Yeah, we had brunch and shit. We were on our phones, like.
But again, a big part of it was because people were just in the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we didn't really have I mean, we did, but we didn't, you know?
And that's another reason why I would want to go to a spa next time, is because I kind of felt bored after a while with like the hot springs.
I knew we would.
Because it's like you can only soak in like hot ass fucking water for so long. You know what I mean? Like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. After that, it's kind of like, all right. And they had other shit, like they had a sauna and
which really cool
and a steam room, like a cold plunge.
And a pool.
But even then, it's like you're just in water, dude, for like the whole day. That's crazy.
And that's what I was telling you. My coworker was telling me. He's like, "Oh, there should be excursions." I don't know what they would have had, to be honest, because there just wasn't a lot. But
I mean, they had that one hiking trip, but that's pretty much
which we did, yeah. And that's not really. I mean, I guess.
And it was like a short loop. It wasn't
exactly. It was very short. Like we be hiking like 4+ miles, and it was like 2 to 3 miles.
Stinson's like 8.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
So, I don't know,
but again, the whole point is like peaceful. Be you know what I mean?
Again, though, it's like how many books can you fucking read? Dude? Like
that's what everyone was
thank
doing.
God I brought my fucking Switch, or I think I would have been bored out of my fucking mind. But on the positive side, I did get
Poppy's like, fuck y'all.
Like it's cool, but like I was saying,
really enjoyed it.
I would do one day there and then one day in the town. Like I don't think I would do 2 nights at the hot springs. You know what I mean?
This just sounds mad, whatever of me, but no fucking cell service. Come on now, no no Wi-Fi. The funny thing is they did have Wi-Fi. They just didn't give it to us.
Yeah,
we're like, bruh, I'll pay for Wi-Fi.
The lady who was doing like the night shift, I guess. Like they had like
all up on her phone.
Hell yeah, she was just
probably on Tinder and shit.
Her ass was just scrolling.
Bro, I was so jealous. At the end of the night, have my phone in hand, just go on TikTok and Reddit, and just let the people just gently, with my bright light, go to sleep. It just lulls me. I was telling my coworker, I was like, I put TikTok on. He was like, what the fuck?
That's not good.
I was like,
that's not good for you at all. But yeah, I don't know. Excuse me.
It was fun, and it did open up a world of hot springs to me, because I didn't really give a fuck about hot springs before, but it was really nice, because another part of it is like they have like tubs and you can go in there by yourself, and it was a little more private. And then they have like the spring water like flowing through it, and that shit was paradise, dude. As soon as I lay down, I literally was like, oh my god, I feel so good. That was like literally the highlight.
Yeah, and they did bit, but I think
you said you have to pay. Yeah,
you have to pay, obviously, but they were all booked up, right?
Yeah, they were all booked up, because the first day we came, I wanted to get it, but I wasn't really thinking about it. And when we came back, the sign was gone, so I assumed. And then Sunday was already booked.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, but I don't know. If you're in our area, in like the Bay Area, or just in California, to be honest, I highly recommend it. Go to it, try it, because I don't think it was that pricey. For 2 people for 2 nights was like $400 or $500.
Yeah, it was like $540.
Yeah, the only annoying thing is, again, like we said, you have to bring your own food, cook, and all that shit. But do what we did, literally just go to town.
Yeah,
the town, it's not the latest town, but it's a cute little small town. Like, I fucked with it.
I mean, they have food, you know. And they had a movie. We saw Final Destination.
Yes.
And shit. Yeah. That's how much we were trying to get the fuck up out of this.
And I feel bad saying that, because, you know, the whole point, like, I get it, you know, the whole
I get it.
But so I felt like we were being like,
I get it, but it's like, I also just don't feel, personally, I don't feel like I'm that attached to my phone.
I am. I'm not gonna lie. I totally.
I'm not.
Yeah, you are, bro. You're on your phone all the fucking
Dude,
time.
I use my phone for work. Like when I'm at home, I'm like watching shit, playing video games. I'm not just like, you're just on your phone, like just fucking scrolling through.
Okay, I'm gonna like film him on his phone for a week.
The only
you're on your phone for work.
The time that I'm on my phone is at night when I'm laying, like when I'm gonna go to sleep. That's when I'm like,
he said it was
actually
only
on my phone
for work.
Oh my god, this nigga. Anyways, but
you're on your phone.
Fine, whatever.
Less than me, obviously, but.
What did you think about the movie?
Final Destination?
Yeah,
I liked it.
Have you seen any of the other ones?
I have. I can't like pinpoint and be like, I saw this one. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I totally have seen the other ones. I think I was telling you, I've seen the one where they were on a roller coaster.
That's 3.
And
That's the one that like most people. I've seen that one.
I've seen that one. I think there's another one. It's like a train, and they stop. It might be the same one.
I don't know. I think I've only seen 3.
Uh-huh.
I think I might have seen another one, but I couldn't tell you which one it was.
I'm sure I've seen a lot of it because, like I said, my cousins were very into shit like that.
Yeah.
And my mom likes shit. I liked it. This one was called The Bloodlines. And, like, I don't remember the main girl that I focused on, the grandma and shit. But when I was reading about it on Reddit, Iris, yeah, people were saying that they loved that. Like, they went into her youth and all this shit. So,
yeah.
it was
I don't
like
know.
a continuation.
I said this before, but like I hate that like it's just about the gore, you know?
Well, no, you didn't really give them like the premise.
Spoilers, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's nothing to spoil. It's a fucking final.
Well,
they all die.
No.
Whoa.
What I mean is like I like the story versus I don't really remember the other ones, and I'm kind of stealing from what I read.
Uh-huh.
People were saying they liked that it was very much a continuation. Well, this one it has to do with Iris, the grandma, and then it's her bloodline, and they kind of go into basically she has a premonition. The grandma, everybody she saved from the premonition dies, and their family dies. That's kind of like the whole point. I liked it. I thought that was very interesting.
I mean, I guess if you compare it to the other movies, the only thing that's different is like they had kids.
Okay, yeah.
Because in the other ones, it's pretty much the same situation where it's like they have the premonition, they delay their death.
Right.
And then death comes after them one by one in the order that they're supposed to die. So like that part's the same, but now...
I forget it's like the same order and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And like usually the person who has the premonition is like the last person to die. Or like towards the end.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's why they're always like... freaking out and shit, but like they're always like trying to tell everyone else, and then they all die, and then the last person's like, "I told you so." Like that's like basically every fucking movie. I really this one they just added kids, which I thought. I mean, it's a good spin on it, but again, it's like they're always going up against death.
Yeah,
you know, like they always kind of like figure that part out eventually.
Yeah,
I wish it was like more about them outsmarting death.
Yeah, I can see that.
And less about them not believing the person.
Yeah.
Who's like trying to like save everyone's life. You know what I mean? So, because then it's like like they all just end up dying in fucked up ways. Yeah. And there's just kind of, like it's just I don't know. I just wish it was like a little bit deeper. Like I like the concept. Yeah, exactly. I just wish it was like more deeper than just being like, oh no, their head exploded or they got folded into a fucking
right. Exactly. Yeah, like, I'll say this, and I'm probably obviously not the right audience for it because I don't like gore and shit. But I literally liked all of it, like the storyline. I thought the characters were cool, the grandma, everything besides the fucking gore, and that's the whole point. I was like, why are they showing all this stuff? Because I thought the premise of the movie was cool, and like the fucking granddaughter and all that shit. I thought the grandma would have been alive longer and it would have been a whole thing, you know? Yeah. But they kind of just, again, they were focusing very much on the gore because I didn't realize this, but the genre of the movie is gore.
Yeah.
I didn't I just thought it was a horror movie. I didn't, because I was like, why is it so fucking gory? And you're like...
Because all that other shit like Saw and like...
It's that type of movie, yeah.
But they all came after this bullshit.
Oh, I didn't know that. Final Destination was before.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think Saw 1 came out in like, I want to say like the early 2000s.
I remember, and that's so funny you say that because I've seen a lot of these, and I don't remember it being this gory. I think I just like blank like.
Yeah, they're pretty gross.
I literally blocked it out of my mind because I was like, oh, it's gonna be a fun movie, and then I was like, the first gore scene, I was like, what the like? I was literally like jumpy. I was like, what is happening?
It's honestly funny as fuck that's even a genre. Like,
dude, that's a huge
no like a whole shade. Movie where you're just showing blood.
No shade, and I'm being very like whatever, like stereotypical, but like. Bros, specifically white bros, love that shit. That's such a that's such a bro category, right?
Yeah.
Like specifically, it's for like dudes. I'm so serious. Who did I watch that shit with? My cousins.
Right. Yeah.
They like put me on. They forced me to watch that shit. I grew up watching all the Final Destination, all the Saws.
That was crazy.
As a fucking cute little girl, like they fucking forced me to watch that shit. But then they did put me on some great movies like The Departed and Scar. But anyways, it's not the point. But would you watch it again?
No.
Really?
For what?
If came on, like, because you're like,
I've
I just
seen
saw
it.
it. Okay.
Yeah, like, what?
I guess it's one of those movies you watch once, huh?
What am I rewatching?
That's
for?
what I was gonna say. It's not like you missed something.
I
or
know
like,
what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
They're all gonna die.
that's true. And like, and then you know how they died. That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of that type of shit, to be honest. Like, I just don't like even like the Saw movies. Like the first one was kind of interesting,
Yeah. Same. I thought that too.
but then every other one is just like gore. Like it just becomes like killing porn. You know what I mean? It's
That's
like,
what I was gonna say. Almost like a cartoon. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Cartoonification.
like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like why? And that's why I thought the first Saw was good. Was because it wasn't like over the top.
And it was
just
a whole
like
story too. Do you remember?
it was
had
more like a psychological
That's why.
fuckery. You know what I mean?
And it's funny you say that. I think there's two there. That's the difference between like gore and like a psychological thriller, in my opinion. I kind of love, but what I'm trying to say is like, no, I hate when I can't
Where'd it
explain.
go?
Like, I feel like gore is almost like you said, like violence porn. You know, it's almost like it's not meant to be funny, but almost like funny. You know what I mean?
It's really over the top.
Exactly, over the top, like almost like outlandish. Whereas a psychological thriller is a film.
Again,
do you get what I'm
another
saying?
movie that I feel like kind of falls in the same vein. The Hills Have Eyes. Have you seen
Oh man,
that?
I hate those. There's like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
Again, my cousins forced me to watch those.
But
shits
again,
too.
it's like the first one really good.
I don't remember it being gory.
It's pretty well. Let me land.
Okay.
The first one really good. Psychologically fucks you up.
Yeah, I remember that.
Some gore. The second one over the top. Chainsaws, people getting hit with like hooks and shit, like crazy, ridiculous, over the top shit. So it's like I feel like the first one. I bet you if we go back and watch the first Final Destination, it's probably really good. You know what I mean? And then the rest of them are just like Looney Tunes.
Bro,
type
I guess my
shit.
cousins are into gore horror films because you know what else they fucking forced me to watch? Jeepers Creepers. You remember that
I've
shit?
never seen that shit.
That shit is creepy and gory. They skin. Oh my god, so creepy.
I've literally never seen that shit.
I hate it, but it's one of those like really fucked up movies I just always remember.
Yeah.
They used to that used to be our family movie nights, dude. All these crazy
fuck?
fucking movies we would watch.
Hell no.
Because my mom loves horror movies, so we would just fucking watch it. Oh my god, Jeepers Creepers literally gives me the Jeepers Creepers. But I'm glad you're not a gore guy, because I think those guys are like sadistic.
I'm just a chill guy.
Cowabunga.
But yeah, so I guess besides that, fucking
You know what's kind of gory as well?
what?
Last of Us.
It's not that gory.
It's kind of fucking gory.
It's really
dude.
not though, especially if you play the game. If you play the game, you're like literally shooting and stabbing people in the face.
I was kind of shocked, especially the scene where, well, we know he dies when Joel dies. That shit was so fucking gory, dude. I had to like go to the bathroom.
No.
I couldn't take it. I literally was like, I'm uncomfortable.
You should see it in the game. It's worse.
But because it's
The show is so watered down.
it's really with the game. It's like cartoons. You know what I mean? So it's a little different.
Well, it's animation. But it's not.
Same shit.
The gaming developer community would fucking hate you right now. Like, this bitch said we make cartoons.
Are cartoons and animation not the same shit?
No.
I'm being so like
But
dumb right now.
anyways,
Sorry to the gaming community. I apologize.
we've talked about this already, but like they made Bella Ramsey. It's not even Ellie. They
I
made
love
Bella
Bella
Ramsey
Ramsey.
a fucking pussy in this goddamn
Yeah,
show.
yeah, you
She's
did say
like
that.
dumb.
You did say
She's
that.
like a dumb, emotional like
A gr-
brat,
she's-
basically.
She's a girly.
But in the game, she's like a badass. You feel me? Like she's like, I don't know. They fucking this season. I mean, I don't know what I expected because part 2 of the game sucked ass. Everybody hated that shit.
Yeah.
But I didn't hate it as much because you still get to like run around and kill zombies, you know?
Yeah.
But then when you watch it in like video format, it's like rubbing shit like in your eyes.
So
you know what I
dramatic.
mean? It's like it's so I don't know.
As somebody who
hate it.
didn't play the game, I did like season 2. I'm not gonna lie. Did I hate when they killed Joel? Yes, I did. Excuse me.
I guess
that was so gross.
I don't know because online there's like a mixed review. Like even people who haven't played the game are also kind of like, why the fuck did you kill Joel? And like, what is this show? But I guess that would be better to watch it having not played the game, because at least you don't have like a frame of reference.
That's what, yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
But the thing that I think is so funny with like the internet just like shitting on poor Bella, like they're basically saying like everyone who hates this season is like a bigot. Obviously, that's like their go-to. If you don't like something, it's because you're a bigot. It's not because their show sucks.
It's what they're saying, and they're saying they're bigoted
it's
shit, so
the
they are
internet.
being bigots.
They're gonna make fun of her face. Fine, whatever.
No,
But
whatever.
they weren't saying that in season 1. That's my
Yeah,
point.
they were.
No, they weren't.
People were.
No,
I
they
don't know
weren't.
if you remember.
People said,
at least my part of Reddit
people
and
were
shit.
saying-
People were saying she was ugly and all sorts of like awful shit. I don't know if you remember. And then I don't know.
They
if you,
weren't saying she's ugly.
I don't know
they
if
just
you
said
remember.
they said she didn't look like Ellie.
What was his
that was
name?
like their main issue, but nobody was.
Diego, whatever, had to
Pedro
say.
Pascal?
Pedro Pascal had to say this whole statement. I'll pull it up later.
Pull it up.
But people were hating on her.
But they weren't hating. They like. I feel like in season 2 they're digging in a lot more because they're upset.
Because they have something exactly.
It's not really because
reason.
of her. It's like I think they're just upset with the show, like as a whole. You know what I mean?
And they're bullying her.
And they're bullying her.
I'll give you an example of like people. They are bullying her. It's not funny. I'll give you examples of like my coworker. Like she said she played the game, all of it. She said like obviously she was upset with Joel and all this shit, but she said she liked the show and all of that. So there is a percentage of people who played in all of that.
People are still watching.
Right. Whereas what I mean is the vocal majority makes it just seem like everybody hates. You know what I mean?
It's a large group of people who are upset.
Right. Like I
sure.
said, the vocal majority or whatnot.
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting. I don't know, but
So what did you think about the season finale?
I didn't think it was a season. Like it didn't feel like a finale to me, at least. What about you? Like I thought there was one more episode. That's why I was asking you.
Nah, well, it's also because that's where they switch characters in the game.
And then it's gonna be what's hers
It's gonna
next.
be Abby.
Okay,
So,
got it.
again,
It
they're
felt like it
follow-
wasn't finished. Yeah.
They're trying to follow the game,
Got it.
kind of loosely.
Yeah.
So next season is supposed to like follow. They're gonna
Got
start
it.
because I don't know if you noticed, like from the beginning of the season 2, it was like day 1 Seattle, day 2 Seattle, day 3
I
Seattle.
didn't notice that.
Anyways,
yeah.
so it's gonna go back to day 1 from Abby's perspective, and it's gonna be like day 1 Abby, day 2
and it's
Abby,
gonna
day
go
3,
to like where it ended,
where they
Got
both
it.
end up converging at the theater. And
That's
shit.
kind of cool. See, again, because I'm a girly who just didn't give a fuck about the game, I'm excited, and like I think that's kind of cool. And again, because I didn't really, yes, I saw you play, I didn't have a reference point in how I imagined them. Like, I'm kind of excited.
That's good.
Yeah.
At least there's one person out there who
Me,
cares.
2 people, me and my coworker.
Who
But
still
again,
care.
you're gonna be like, you're so annoying. I also like shows and movies with a very strong female lead, and the fact that there's 2 engages me. Like I'm one of those people. I'm
strong.
like you know what I mean. I know whatever you're gonna say, but they are 2 strong, like badass female leads in that aspect. I think is dope, and they're featuring that. So like shit like that makes me tune in.
Yeah, okay.
And I know there's gonna be people like me who are gonna tune in as well. You know what I mean? Yeah. So.
But it's like they made it so unbelievable. Like first of all, the most believable thing, at least in the game, was Abby, because she was like fucking.
Yes, I get it. She was
Rated out
buff
and
and all
jacked.
that. Yeah.
Like that was like honestly the only realistic thing about it. And then Ellie was like scrawny and skinny, but she was really crafty, which is again why it doesn't make sense that they made Bella Ramsey's version like a fucking idiot. Like
Again,
she's
you're
like
comparing it to the.
Yeah, but then
game.
it's
I
like,
didn't
but
play the
if you
game.
want to talk about having a strong female lead, how does that look good on women to have a dumb female lead? Like she's not like, that's why I laugh when you said strong. It's like Ellie's character in the show doesn't give me like strong.
To me,
Like,
she gives me strong, and like I always say,
How?
I believe in women's rights and wrongs, so she can be a dumb little girl. Like to me, her character gives leader.
It gives leader.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Genuinely to me, even when it's Dina and Ellie, Ellie's the leader. Even when it seems like
Not really, because
that's how I perceive
Ellie's
it.
dumbass was like, let's run into the building full of enemies, and Dina's like, hey,
One
baby
example,
girl, stop.
but like
That happened like 3 times. What are you talking about?
But I perceive her as leader, even when it's the Asian guy,
Uh-huh.
Jesse, right?
Yeah.
and her, I still perceive her as the lead. I don't know. She gives me strong leader, like.
I don't think we're watching the same show.
Maybe
but
not,
okay.
but that's what I get from her. So
That's wild.
I'm excited.
That's good.
Especially, like, I don't know, I also think it's not like a teen show, but they're kind of featuring two younger girls as the leads. I think that's interesting as well for a show that, like, men essentially watch and play. And even if I really want to get there, I think it's interesting that they did it like that. Even for the second game, they made it two women and, like, men are playing. Like, I think that's kind of funny. But
What's
anyways,
funny
what were we
about
gonna say? Like, it's silly. Like, men are playing these not strong girls, like, as you said.
It's funny you say that because
So I like
being
that.
able to choose your gender in games has always been a thing.
Okay.
And like,
But you can't choose in this one. They're making you be.
yeah, but
right?
I'm saying like a lot of people, like a lot of men or whatever, they would choose female characters.
Okay.
Like like I remember like on like the 7th playthrough of Skyrim, like I would pick like a female character. In Pokemon, I would always pick like a female
Yeah,
character.
but you're built different.
I know a lot of people who do the same shit.
They're built different.
Like, but that's why I think it's funny. Is like this notion that like gamers are like misogynistic or some shit. Like that's just not.
Okay.
I would argue that gamers are probably some of like the most open-minded people, because they're like actively playing games where like they're exploring stories and character arcs that are outside of themselves. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Unless they're playing like 2K or something, then it's like, what are you doing?
I mean, yeah. I don't know. Like, I'm not in the community or whatever, so I can't speak on it, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I didn't realize that's how they were going to do it. I should have known, honestly, but I get you. I don't know. Again, I'm not the best person to kind of like talk about it because I like the storyline. I like the characters for what the show is giving me, if that makes sense. So yeah. Like how I felt with what's that one show that you didn't like? Miss Marvel with the Indian girl. I really liked that and people hated that shit. I liked it. I didn't finish it. I don't know why. Cause I don't finish it. That's just a me thing. Like, unless like you really get me, I don't really like finishing shows. Like, I haven't finished The Summer I Turned Pretty, and I just read spoilers. Like, I'm weird. So I guess I'll say this for the girlies or boys or whoever don't really care and haven't played the game and are kind of interested in watching the show. Highly recommend it. Watch it. It's a good show. I'll say that. Will you agree to that? It's a good show.
I would say, just like the games, watch season 1. Season 1 was good.
Yeah, really great.
Play the first game if you haven't played the first game. Play The Last of Us Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be disappointed, watch season 2, play part 2. But I think like I honestly feel like the game and the show could have been standalones as just one season and one game.
I can see that, yeah.
Because I feel like the second one just kind of like undoes a lot of the stuff that made the first game great. And it just wasn't necessary. And I feel like the story arc that they chose to follow, I mean, you'll see when like the whole shit's wrapped up, but like basically the whole theme, like I feel like the theme of the first one was like being broken because of the world, circumstances outside.
What's his name?
Joel and Ellie, because Ellie's parents were like gone, like they both were broken and missing like these parts of their lives, and through their journey together, they like found like Joel being a father figure and Ellie being like his surrogate daughter type shit.
Right.
So it's like it was like them kind of like healing each other in this fucked up world, right?
Right.
Very wholesome, right? And then there's like some sub themes and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then basically the whole theme of the second game is like vengeance is bad.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
I mean, you said it was made by different people too, right? I think that has to do with it as well. I'm sure.
The dude, Neil Druckmann, who I believe he did the game and he's like directing part of the show. Yeah, people aren't too happy with him.
Got it. And I'm sure that's a big part of it as well, you know?
Yep.
I was going to give the example of, as somebody, well, that's a lie, I saw those, but I was going to give an example of Twilight and that whole series. When it first came, people hated it. They hated how they casted Kirsten Stewart. They just hated it, you know? They said everything was stupid about it. Very similar to this, actually. I read the book and watched it, and I was like, I like both. I took it for what it was. Because I agree. When I read Twilight, I was like, I imagine Bella, everybody so differently. And then they gave me Kirsten Stewart. But I wasn't like, fuck Kirsten, she's fucking stupid. I was like, oh, this is their interpretation. And then they did a lot of stuff differently from the book, and I love the book. I wasn't like, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, this is their interpretation. Like, I don't know.
So cool.
No, I'm not saying, but I just wonder why people get so upset, because...
You know what it is, though?
But this interpretation?
Nah, fam. This is why people are so upset. It's not just this fucking game, or this, like, it's not just this show.
You're right.
If you look at, like, the shit that these, like, Disney, fucking HBO, like, all these, like, interpretations of, like, quote unquote classics or like cult favorites.
Yeah.
They're doing this weird thing where like they're just changing a lot of details to modernize it, and it's like you're bastardizing what people loved about the original. So it, like, to some extent, it's like I feel like people are like, who asked for this shit? You know what I mean? Like, if you, and it's like I always say with the like when they do like the race swapping shit, it's like, why not just make an original story?
Right.
Like, why take something that people already like and are like cherish and have like this nostalgic ass history with, and then ruin it for them?
Right.
Like, just make something new. Like, why are you changing the thing that people like? You know what I mean?
So, do you think they modernized it in season 2, but season 1 was fine?
No, I think they try to do the whole modern thing, but even in the game, that's what I'm saying. Why part 2 is just fucked. They changed, because I think the first Last of Us came out in, I want to say like 2010 maybe.
Oh
11?
Wow, it's an old ass game.
Because it was on the PlayStation.
I thought it was fairly new.
It might have been
the second one is new.
Yeah, the second one came out like a lot like sooner.
That's why I remember.
So yeah, this was like way before like all this like.
So you played the first one before I met you? I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I saw you play. It was the second one I saw you play though.
Because I got it again when I got.
Oh, got it. That's why I saw it. Okay.
Because it was such a good game, like, you know what I mean. So
I
got it again.
I remember you playing the first one specifically. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
But
I remember I liked it. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. So then by the time they were making the second one, we were like in the thick of this whole like woke era, and like everything has to be diverse and all this shit.
So like the actual making of it, got it.
And that's what I'm saying. The dude who made it is like a woke nigga.
Got it.
So he's like, everything's gonna be like
I thought
gay
you meant,
and
like, it went from
diverse.
video game to whatever. Yeah.
No.
And again, like I get what you're saying. I don't want to make.
Have you been seeing what they're saying about the Lilo and Stitch movie? Oh boy.
Never. At all.
I want to see it just to get your reaction.
Me too.
I don't
want to like it.
I already know I'm gonna hate it because of everything I've seen.
I'm sure.
First of all, live
live
action remake, already hate it. Yuck, disgusting. But based on what I've been seeing online,
when the online majority hates on a lot of stuff, I'm like, I like it because I'm like, I think it's annoying when people hate.
She's different.
They're different. I'm not like other girls.
You're funny as fuck.
Especially when it's over something like people get mad by diversity and shit. I'm like,
that's not even
the fuck. I know,
but
I'm just giving an example. When people are like, "Oh my god, they made her gay or black," I'm like, "Shut the fuck up." I know, like, but yeah.
You know why I have a problem with that?
Just tell me why.
Because they always make them black. Like, they always take, like, whatever character and they just make them black. It's like, they never take, like, Mulan and make her, like, Mexican. You know what I mean? Like, it's always like, let's just make her black. Like, why the fuck is she black?
I get you.
Why is it always black?
It's always like that token black.
Why are you pandering to, like, us? Like, why? Who's asking for this shit? Like, just random. Like, if they had made Jesse, like, Hispanic. Well, I guess Pedro Pascal, he was supposed to be, like, a white dude.
Yeah, I was like, they did make him Hispanic.
But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even with the whole Harry Potter shit, it's like they made Severus Snape. Severus. Thank you.
Embarrassing. Like, who the fuck is Severus? That's another great example. I never read the Harry Potter book because that shit was too long. You
never read the Harry Potter book?
No, I'm not a fucking nerd.
Who the fuck are you?
But I love all the movies, and when people cry about it, I'm like, I don't care.
Oh my god!
I didn't read that shit. That shit was way too. I think
what's going on here.
I think I read half of the first one.
You just don't fuck with like the source material.
Oh no! Twilight, I read all of it. Hunger Games, only Harry Potter, I didn't read it because it was too long. I love the original shit.
That's crazy.
Harry Potter, because I loved it so much that people had actually told me if you read it, it won't be the same. So I was like, I'm not gonna read it. But I actually love reading the OG and like how 10 years and he still doesn't know me.
If you read the book, it would ruin the movies for you.
Yeah, everybody would tell me that because like the book is so immersive and great. So I was just
Yeah,
like,
the book's way
I don't have
better.
time for that.
Oh my God.
Because I loved Harry Potter the movie so much. Like I was like, to me, I don't want it to get better than that. So I'm not gonna nitpick and be like, oh, like shut up.
You're funny as fuck, dude.
I'm the perfect viewer. Like what you give me, I consume, and I obviously analyze and shit. But like, I'm a consumer. Whereas people are like, actually, I'm like, shut up.
Tisk tisk.
I know. Whereas like, I think you're a purist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Which that's fine. Like, I think there's places. I think there's people like you, and then there's people like me who are like, sure, let me watch it. You know. Like even with like the Baby Yoda, whatever that show was, like I loved it because I thought Baby Yoda was cute and all that shit. I didn't really give a fuck about the story. I don't remember what it was actually about. What was it?
That's hilarious.
What was it?
The Mandalorian.
The
Also
Mandalorian.
with Pedro Pascal.
Love Pedro Pascal.
This nigga's in everything, bro.
Fucking love him.
I think it's so funny when Hollywood does that. They find like one new
Right.
actor, and then that motherfucker just like they did that with
Sydney Sweeney.
what's it, fucking Chris Pratt.
They do that with everyone.
Like right after Parks and Rec, this nigga was in like every fucking movie.
And then he became
For a good, like,
and then
5
he
years.
fucking left Anna Faris for that Republican bitch.
No, he's like a good God-fearing man.
Good.
He's all about
Good
Jesus.
and God fearing don't go in the same sentence unless it's not.
Okay. What the fuck?
No, you know he like left his wife for Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter or something. Have you heard
I
that?
didn't even know he had a daughter.
Arnold?
Yeah. Does she look like him?
I don't know. I think
Who's
she looks
his-
like the Maria Shriver. I think she looks like the
Is that the mom?
wife. Yeah.
Maria Shriver?
Do you remember? Yeah, you
Who
know
the fuck
this
is that?
his wife.
I don't know who that is. Is she an actress?
No.
Then how the fuck would I know her?
Because he was like the governor and like that's his whatever. But you don't remember?
Like I just keep up with governors' wives?
You know, okay, she's
Who do you
really
think I
pretty. I'll
am?
show you. She's really pretty. Do you remember when Arnold cheated on her with the nanny?
No, nigga, I'm
Bro,
not
you
keeping
don't
up
know
with
any
Arnold
of that
Schwarzenegger.
Okay, hold up,
Who
up,
the fuck
chat.
is keeping up with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
And everybody was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" So this is Maria Sharp. You never seen her? You've probably seen her before.
She is not. That's his wife?
That's his wife.
She is not pretty.
Well, Arnold. This is who he cheated on.
You think she's pretty?
I'll show you. Mistress. He cheated on her with this mistress and had a kid. Their nanny.
This nigga just has horrible taste, bro. Are you
And
fucking
they
serious?
they had a son together. Yeah, he cheated on. I was trying to say like the wife looks better.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then they had a son, and then like they're still together, the wife and them. It's crazy. I know. The fucking nanny, bro.
That's
Or nanny or housekeeper or something.
that's actually hilarious.
Is that hilarious? I can't believe you've never heard of that. Yeah, fun fact, y'all. Arnold cheated on his wife with the housekeeper.
Well, the torta. No, she's not even that fat, but she just looks like hella burnt, dog.
And then they had a son, which is funny.
Let me see.
All
Is
of
that the
his, I'll show you. All of his sons with his actual wife don't look like him, but the mistress's son looks just like him. That's,
Wow.
That's not, and
That's
then
so funny.
it's so crazy. And his actual kids don't look like him. It's so funny. The actual kids look more like the mom. They're good looking.
Wow.
Aren't they good looking? Yeah. That's who
crazy.
he's married to, Catherine Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
Fucking hate him.
that's crazy.
The tea, y'all. I love exposing a cheating man because fucking.
It's been like 50 minutes to wrap it up.
We can, yeah. We have a special little podcast coming up for you. We're not gonna say what or with whom, so tune in.
Anyways, peace, y'all. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Stay tuned. Hey, and copper merch should be up somewhere on the page, on YouTube, on whatever. Get you a hoodie, man. It's hot as fuck, but get you a hoodie. Thank you.